Okay, guys, right here we have Ramy Ayoub, a South Suburban Conference record holder, a school record holder in the 200, 400, 800, season PRs of 21.76 in the 200, 47.55. Well, now he actually broke the whole state of Minnesota's record with 47 point, I think, 34, 35. Not quite sure, but just know this guy's a beast. Also with the state leading time with 151.96 in the 800. He's been leading Minnesota in those two events, the 400 and 800, the past 2 years, which is the fastest time in more than 20 states. He's a 7-time South Suburban Conference champ, a 5-time section champ, and a 2-time state champ. He's the fastest Minnesota kids ever to do the 200, 400, and 800 under the time of 3 minutes, under actually the time of 2:40, my bad. He's committed to going to the Minnesota Gophers, where he'll compete in the Big Ten. Many people recognize him as the king of mid-distance. This is Ramy Ayoub, guys. How you doing?
Good.
So tell me more about that 400.
I just ran it, and I was just trying to keep up with Dwayne Smith, and I pulled off with it.
So a lot of people think you run, it looks like you run very slow, but people don't recognize that it's your stride length. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's just they just got to pay attention to the time, and then it doesn't matter how fast my legs are going.
So when you're coming around that last curb with the 100 meters to go, what do you see? How are you feeling? What's going through your mind?
I just give it my all, try to pass everyone I can, and then let my time speak for themselves.
After almost injuring your thigh last year in the 400-meter race, coming second, runner-up, how does it feel now actually coming back this year and winning the 400 meters?
It feels like I got the job done, and then I came back to do what I should have finished last year.
You started off your high school career as a mile runner. Everyone thought you were a long-distance runner. You went down to the 800. You found your excellence in the 800. You even went down to the 400. You found your supreme excellence in the 400. You even went down to the 200. From the mile to the 200 meters. Were you surprised at that transition?
No, I just always knew I was pretty fast. And just transitioning from that, it felt more natural to run the 4 and the 8 instead of the mile.
Okay, so what was your favorite out of every race? What was your favorite high school memory that you did in track and field?
Winning 4x4 with my team.
And what year was it?
Junior year.
How do you feel about being a role model for so many kids in Minnesota?
It feels great, just showing that hard work does pay off.
So you're committed to the Gophers. What made you make that decision?
I just wanted to stay close to home, and it just felt natural to stay here.
What are your top 5 shows to watch when you go home and relax?
One Piece, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and that's all I could think about.
What sports did you play growing up?
Football and basketball. And soccer. And track. Well, track was later.
So when did you first start running track?
7th grade.
And when did you know that you were a complete beast at track?
When I ran the mile and broke it for my middle school.
And what grade was that?
8th grade.
So you're obviously successful on the track. Do you remember the first time you were successful in any of your sports, and what was that memory like?
I knew I was pretty successful at running because we had some Aiken race in elementary school, and then I beat all 3 of the elementary schools in that race.
Nice. So what kind of diet? Because a lot of people ask you after your race, what do you eat? What do they feed you? Can you explain your diet?
Lots of steak, rice, and peanut butter.
But what about macaroni and cheese?
I don't eat that as much anymore.
Okay, how much consistency is required to be on top of your game?
I don't know what you mean by that.
How much does it take for you to be on top?
Good diet, good sleep, lots of rest, and just doing what you're able to do in practice.
What's your favorite memory of training?
When you would yell at me to leave my game and then go outside and run in the winter.
So how was training in the winter the whole junior year with me? How was that like?
Yeah, it was terrible having to run in the cold weather. and having to leave my games when I didn't want to.
Okay. So here it is, Ramy Ayoub, 2-time state champion, fastest time ever in the 400 meters in Minnesota. Committed to the Gophers, Ramy Ayoub, 7 times conference champion, 5 times section champion, and 2-time state champion. Congrats, you did it. Fabulous high school career. Any last messages to everyone listening? What's the message to everyone that has you as their role model? What's your message to them as track athletes and how to be better at their game and increase their skills?
Be consistent in practice and just give it your all and then prove people wrong.
Awesome, Ramy. Thank you very much. Ramy Ayoub right here.